Welcome to World War II Online Tutorials, taking off and landing with the Wellington. As I say in all of my tutorials, that if you're doing this for the first time, you're not used to using equipment, don't go to the in-game where everybody's fighting the battle and practice taking off and trying to get something into the air, because that's wasting equipment that is vital for the people that are playing the actual game. And if you're just learning to take off in an airplane, don't do that. Go to the practice offline mode, which is very simple. You go to your CornerdRat software, select practice offline, and go into that. That would be within your own computer. Do whatever you want to do. You're not restricted. You have all the equipment that's available. There's no rank involved. You just have fun practicing, getting into the sky if you're flying an airplane or using a tank or whatever it is that you want to do. The other thing you can do is you can go into the training server, which is just like the regular combat server or campaign server. However, there's actually no battles going on unless people are doing some practicing of their own. So you can go in, anybody can go in, you can invite some friends, so you guys can work together, you can test some things out, but the main thing is you're not wasting equipment that is vital to playing the campaign. So you can go in, have fun, and learn how to do stuff. So here's how you set up a mission in the training server, and how you can practice flying doing that. So you click on the game as if you're going to actually start it. Go ahead and log in. But rather than click on the campaign, you're going to click on training server. So let's say you want to fly out of NOC. So you go up to NOC, right click on it, pull up the, select either a brigade or a garrison, whichever is available. Doesn't make any difference. Once you've made that selection, then you're going to go in and create a mission. So you're going to create a mission, zoom in, pick the airplane icon, because that's what you're in, is that airplane brigade. And so you're going to click that, make that as your origin, and then you could go up and click anywhere you want, create a target. But I just want to practice taking off and at the airfield, so I'm just going to pick that as the target. Then once I'm set, I go down to the bottom, click Create Mission. Then I'm going to go and pick a airplane, which in this case I want it to be the Vickers Wellington. You can select the bomb loadout. I'm just using the standard loadout number 1, which is 9 500-pound bombs. Once I've made my selection, then I go ahead and click into the game. Then I hit E to start my engine. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take off. So I'm going to start the engines, and the left one always starts very easily. The right one takes a little while. I don't know why. And I got to get this microphone out of my way because it is driving me crazy here. I've been talking into this thing all day long, and for some reason all of a sudden it's like in my way. You may not be able to hear me as I speak, so I'll just do my best, but I'm going to give a little bit of throttle. I'm going to hit the forward slash key. I'm going to hit the Z for the left brake, lock it again with the forward slash key again, so every time you tap it, it's going to unlock and then relock. I'm going to go up over here, get my speed up just a little bit, and get to the far end of the airfield. If you look on the map, it's wide open down here and crowded at this end, so I'm going to reverse ends here and fly out to the northeast. And I've noticed this thing is really poor about, okay, and lock. Okay, about when you swing it around, it's so heavy it just drags that tail even though the wheel's locked. So I'm going to go full throttle. I'm going to hit apostrophe key 2 times to get max RPMs. I'm going to hit F8 to get max boost, and I'm going to hit my flaps on full. Now, with the flaps, the tail comes up. It's going to do that. I'm not even pushing forward. That'll come up on its own. But the plane will tend to nose down when the flaps are on. Until we reach 90, so we'll start allowing the plane to come up a little bit. You see it's a little bit squirrely with the full flaps, so I'm going to raise the flaps. And for now, I'm just going to give it, even though there's a lot of drag involved, I just gave it 100% of trim, which means the drag is that's going to keep you from going maximum speed, but in a very short period of time, like right now, I'm hands off, and then the plane will essentially just kind of keep flying. Give a couple of hits on the right aileron so it'll level off, and I'm going to cut the power a little bit and bring the trim back a little. So I just cut it down to max throttle, but I just cut it down to Econo. So right now the plane is taking big chunks of air, big bites of air with the propeller. And then I'm going to go back to max RPM. And I'm going to lower the landing gear. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. I'm going to do touch and go. That's not like saying I'm going to be going full speed or anything. I'm doing touch and go. So I am a little bit high. So as I come down towards the airfield, I'm going to level off. And I'm going to touch and go back to max throttle. And I'm on Econo because I want to take big bites of air on that little thing that I did, and then I go back to the max RPMs, so there's less drag. And you see the altimeter going up really well. 30 feet per second according to the climb rate meter. And even though I'm turning right, I'm countering with an aileron left so that the plane doesn't fall out of the sky. Okay, so that's just a quick demonstration, getting the plane up into the air, and then I did a touch and go, and then I'm going to come back around and land. And I'm doing about 180, which is actually pretty fast for this plane. I can get it up to 200 level flight, but 180, 190 is pretty good. So I'm going to chop the throttle because I'm going to scrub a lot of speed. I'm going to make a really sharp, hard, banking turn, lower my landing gear, and then bring the throttle back up again so that I don't crash into the ground. Go ahead, because a lot of people don't have incremental flaps. I'm going to use full flaps. And if you notice, I let go of the yoke, this thing wants to go straight down because flaps, yeah, it gives you a lot of lift, but it changes the balance of the wing so that the plane tends to nose over. Put the landing gear down. Okay. There we go. So I'm right at 90 miles an hour, which is takeoff speed. And I let the plane touch down a little off, a little outside of the area of the, whoops, no, don't let go of that yoke. Because of the flaps being all the way down, it was making the plane nose over. Okay, so I've raised the flaps. I can let go of the yoke. It's steering on its own. I can use the left brake and right brake to steer the plane. So on this plane, you want to set up your distance away from the airfield quite a ways out, so that you're so that you have plenty of time to get the plane down to a reasonable speed. In other words, you want to make sure that you have yourself set up at a greater distance out away from the airfield to get your speed down. So start slowing down in advance. And then once you get your speed down to the right amount, go ahead and take your approach into the airfield. Thank you for watching this tutorial on how to take off and land with the Wellington, done on the training server.